That's right, folks. It's Sty Times. Hey, let's get on with the show. Hey, I want to thank all you folks for showing up. It's great. Um, Before the show, I'm able to watch the chat over there, see you folks all coming in, saying hi to each other, and you're all yelling hi to me, and that's great. That's great. That's what the chat is for in this show. In this show, just so folks know, just so folks know, that chat over there is for you. It's for you. It's not for me. It's for you. This is like going to a show, a live show. You're down in the audience and somebody's up on the stage. That chat is you down in that audience talking to the person next to you, person behind you, person on this side. That's for you. That's for you. Have your conversations, talk about the show, talk about what's going on in your lives. I don't care. You're the audience, you're out there, and you're chatting together during the show. That's what it's for. That's for you. I am not. I've I've got the chat up, but I got it up in StreamYard, not on YouTube. So the only time I'll jump over to YouTube is if I got to moderate something. Otherwise, I'll glance once in a while at it, but I got to keep my mind on the topic of the show. So it's so easy to get distracted in a conversation over there in the chat. Tonight's show. What's tonight's show about? It's the very first show, first Sty Times. It's going to be the first of many, folks. It's going to be the first of many. I've got right now. I've got a topic list of over 80 topics. Now that sounds like a lot. Well, it's not when you have 3 shows a week. 80 topics. That doesn't even get me out, for the year. So I keep building on that list. I topics, topics, topics. It could be a topic, it could be a subject, just certain subject matter. Not a specific topic. This show is going to take us all over the map. I mean, we're going everywhere with this show. We're not doing things conventionally here. Now, what is Sty Times? What is it really? Well, Sty Times is, I'm going to go right to the beginning. What caused me to even want to do the show? Well, for one thing, I do 2 streams a week. Most of you know that. I do Thursday night, Round the Campfire, Sunday, and it's Sty Story Sunday, 7 p.m., both those nights, every week. And I had someone say to me, well, why are you even creating a new show? You do those 2 every week. You've been doing them for over a year. And I said, I'm doing the show because I like YouTube. I just love YouTube. I love the folks that are on YouTube. So that's why I'm doing another show. And they said, well, what are you going to name it? Now, this is before I came up with the name. Oh, and I thought of all different kinds of names, And then I thought of that conversation I had with that person about why am I doing the show? And what it is I like to spend my time either outdoors, camping, fishing, hiking. You've heard it before. The only other thing that I really, really enjoy are my times, are Sty's times with his audience on YouTube. That's what I enjoy. If I'm not in the outdoors, I want to be here spending my time with you folks. So I thought, okay, so what can I give these folks in the way of content? And I decided, why don't we try no content? Or no intent. We don't have an intent for our content at Sty Times. The content is going to be all over the board. I'll be doing topics and subject matter, those types of things, throwing out some fun facts, things like that. There'll be times that it's just lots of fun. There'll be times that we get a little bit serious, but we're not going to get terribly serious on this show. This is not the show for that serious stuff. There's enough seriousness just waking up in the morning. We don't need it on this show. But one treat we'll have is I'll be bringing on occasionally a special guest on this show. That special guest, I'll do a very casual, comfortable little interview with them, and we'll spend the rest of our hour just having an open conversation. I'm looking forward to that, having some special guests occasionally. And I say occasionally because I'll probably start out with one guest every week or two, and then probably get it to where there's a guest on one day each week type of affair. I don't want guests on every show because we're talking a lot of shows. 52 weeks times 3. That's a lot of shows. That's a lot of guests. I've got a feeling I'd have to have guests, the same guests up one after another, and just keep rotating them. So, like I said, today's show, really is just about what are we going to do? What's Sty Times all about? And so I'm going to need, for the future, a lot of input, in a sense, and interaction from you folks, from the audience. And I came up, and because I can't concentrate on the chat, I came up with a method of doing that. Now, if you're on YouTube, I don't think on StreamYard you're going to see it. But if you're on YouTube and you look at the top of the chat, I pinned a comment up there, okay? And that pinned comment, it just simply says, give me some feedback. And it's got a link. Just click on that link and it takes you, you don't leave the stream. It just opens another tab and you go to that tab. And I'm going to show you what you'll find when you click that link. You're going to find this. Well, I'm going to make it full screen and maybe see it better. But you're going to see this form pop up and it says Sty Times feedback. Now, a lot of people, they don't like these surveys. They just it's like, well, I don't want to take time to mess with that thing. Now, I tested this thing. I developed this form and I went through it and I answered every question and in some detail. And it took me just barely over 1 minute to do the whole form. Answer every question, 1 minute. So it's not that long. It's not that long. So this is what pops up. And the very first question on it is required. If you're going to submit a form, you have to at least answer the first question. All the other questions are optional. The very first question is simple. How satisfied were you with today's show? And it's rated 1 to 5. Just rate how you enjoyed the show. The next question is, and it's optional, is would you like to be a guest on Sty Times? Would you like to be a future guest up here with me? I'd love to have you. And that's a quick click, yes, no, or maybe. And then if you would like to be a guest, leave in that question, leave a contact email for me. Now I know I have a lot of folks on Facebook Messenger, but I would prefer an email. If you do not have an email, in your answer state no email, messenger only, or something to that effect. let's see, that would be the fourth question. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Fourth question. Is there a particular topic or subject you'd like me to cover on a future Sty Times show? You can type in there what type of topic you would like to hear. Love to hear from you on that. Any topic. I may already have it on the list, but hey, any suggestion's a good suggestion. The fifth question is, would you recommend this program to other folks? And rate it 1 to 5. And the very last question, that's where you can get it off your chest. Additional feedback on the show. So if you have something positive, negative, neutral, whatever, that you would like me to be aware of related to the show, then that, oops, I got technical difficulty there. But that's where you can leave me that feedback is at the bottom of the form, and I can utilize that then to meet the channel's needs and meet the audience's needs. So there's now I notice Phil over there. Thank you very much, Phil. I mean, he's one of my more dear friends out here in the YouTube world, and he's letting you folks know, to please don't be offended if I don't reply. If you're making comments to me out in the chat, I probably will not miss it, or I will probably miss it. I probably will not respond to it because I am not concentrating on the chats in this program. That's where this is an unconventional type live stream. The whole persona of this show, I'm hoping, will surround around people wanting some evening, a 1-hour evening form of entertainment. Come and hear what crazy old Sty's got to say, and have a nice conversation with your friends over in the chat. I mean, that's my goal, is that it gives you somewhere to come and hang out with friends and watch a show together. That's the real intent here. That's the real intent here. I know it's easy for some folks that they get upset if they're not responded to. Well, if you have to be responded to, then go to the pinned message at the top of the chat, use that form, submit the form, and every night that I do this show, I will review all of the submissions on that survey. And if there's any information, anything in there that I feel really requires my response to it, I will respond. That's my interaction with you as individuals, is that form. So, and I hope it works well. I hope I can get a lot of participation in that. And that form will be in every single Sty Times. So every show number 1, show number 96, will always have that form up there. And when the show ends, I can pull all the data off of all those forms, and then I clear everything. And the next show, it's all fresh information, all new forms, blah, blah, blah. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, we were talking about topics earlier. Okay, now the topics, like I said, are all over the board, and I've got a very long list. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just pull some of the topics off this list, and I want you to keep in mind the topic title may not be the true, how do I put it, the true meat of the story or of the discussion. Like if there was a topic called green apples, that topic title may not have anything to do with apples. It might have to do with that sourpuss old aunt that you have that hates little kids when you're growing up, and she would give you Kool-Aid without making it with sugar in it and nasty things like that. You know, what would you rather have, green apples or that aunt? You know, so I think you get the gist. The title may not, in a sense, sound like it has anything to do with the actual topic behind it. But here's some of the topics. I'm just going to pull some off this big list here. We have topics that are just fun, some that are interesting, some that are a little bit serious, some that are maybe even controversial. Here's one that is a little bit controversial, I guess, could be. The title is So Many Girls and Boys Over 21. It's just that young people today, a lot of them need to grow up. I mean, yeah, they're just not as mature as they used to be. So that's what that topic's related to. But then there's topics like Small Town USA. We're going to talk about the small towns in this country and how odd some of them can be. We're going to be, here's one for you. I'm going to leave you guessing on this one. The title of this show is going to be Have a Nice Day, My Ass. So yeah, just think about where that could go. Just think where that could go. Another one, I must have broken the law. That'll get your mind thinking. And that, I must have broken the law, applies to everybody in the audience. You'll find out when that topic comes along. Here's one that that is a little serious. Let's get dirty. Is a dirt-free life good for us? There's going to be a lot of folks that, yeah, some of the things I have to discuss in that topic, there's things people say, well, no, I don't agree. And then there'll be other people that say, yeah, dead on. So it'll be interesting. Another topic, fun one, hobbies that seem a little odd. That's going to be a fun one. Animals are some of the best people I ever met. I'm going to like that show. That's going to be a fun show. One is you can't make this up. Yeah, that's another one that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Then there's one that is kind of I'm going to try to make it more inspirational. Hurry up and slow down. You know. Worthless information. It's going to be another show. Let's see. I'm zipping down this list. Here's one that'll get your mind spinning. It's the end of the world. Yeah, that ought to be a good show. We're going to have fun with that. Another one. No time to waste time. Yeah, that's going to be fun and a little serious. Here's another one that relates to the past and the present. It's all the same, just different. Yeah, that'll be a good show. Then we're going to have fun, like one's titled Crank It Up, Music on the Road. Yeah. Crank up that old radio and let's get tooling down the road. Yeah, we're going to have fun with that one. And then there's things Grandpa did. That's a good one. Yeah. Everybody's had a grandpa that Grandpa would do something and you'd go, okay, yeah, that's odd. uh, yeah, I mean, it's a fun conversation, but it's sort of serious. YouTube for losers. That's going to be a fun one too. That's going to be a fun one. I'm going to do one for all of our service members out there that serve in our armed forces, and it's called All Those Who Serve. Now, that one's a little more serious and hopefully inspirational for some folks. Here's a good, like it's like that comfort food type of topic. Grandma's cookies. That'll be a fun one. This one, I'll let you just figure it out. Dead man streaming. E-Waste Mike would probably have an answer to that without me even doing a show. Another show, Expectations. Going to love that one. That's a great. That topic is a good one. Another topic that I like is I pick my friends, not you. Here's another topic that's a little more on the serious side. I need my pain. I think a lot of folks will like that one. That's enough. I could go down this dang list for 2 hours. But I'm hoping that a lot of those will catch the interest of some folks. Now, as far as guests are concerned, I want to get on that a little more. If you fill out the form and you say, I would love to be a guest on your show, and here's my email, blah, 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 I'll contact you. I'll need your channel name. If you give me the link to your channel, it's quicker yet. I'll review your channel. I'll look at what kind of content do you have, and I'll look, see, have you been live yourself or on somebody else's channel before? And do you have enough, how do I put it, enough content and character to last out an hour? Can I ask you 15, 20 minutes of questions and be able to have a nice, active conversation with you for the remaining half hour of the show? Now, just because you ask to be a guest does not mean you will be a guest. You contact me and I check you out a little bit, the odds are 90% or better of the folks that ask to be a guest will get put on the guest list. Now, again, the guest list will build, but the timing of when you'll be brought on as a guest could be stretched out, because I'm going to treat it as a first come, first served basis. And if I contact you rather than you contact me, if I contact you, those handpicked guests, they have priority. They move towards the front of the list. Now, there's not a lot of those folks, and or I might squeeze in one show where I bring up a special guest 2 weeks in a row just because I want to get one particular channel on and talk with them. Now, why bring these guests up and do the interview and the chat afterwards? It's that, again, is for you folks. That is for you. You can use my show as a way to get exposure, where you can meet folks out there. They can see you and they can interact. Now, when I have a guest up, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have a channel. Well, you have to have a channel to have a channel name, right? But it doesn't mean that you have content, okay? Just because you don't do content, don't be shy about asking if you can come up as a guest. Because what I do is, like I said, I'm going to look at your channel. I see it has no content. I'll be chatting with you, email or through Messenger, as to why don't you have content? And you say, well, because I'm a watcher, I'm not a doer, you know. And I've been watching, and I look, oh yeah, your channel's been up there for 4 years, and you've never posted a video, you never did anything like that. You're a watcher. You're a watcher. You're a channel supporter. Now, I've met a few. They have no content, none whatsoever. And somebody convinced them to come on a panel. And I've watched that person talk to him out in chats for over a year. And we really got to know each other. And all of a sudden I saw them, heard their voice. And I'll tell you what, that was so rewarding to be able to put a face and a voice to somebody that I've been out in the chat chatting to for the longest time and had never ever seen them in a video or on a stream. And they popped up out of the blue. And it was just like, wow. Now I feel like I know the person, you know. So if you're not a content creator, but you'd like to come up and share yourself with all your YouTube friends out here, this would be an opportunity. Fill out the form, say, yeah, I'd like to be a guest. I don't have content, but yeah, I'd love to get up there and chat with you for an hour and get to know the folks out there. And I'm hoping it'll give a lot of channels some exposure, help their channel growth. I think it'll work. I think it'll work well. Yeah. I met a fella in the chat, and his channel name, I don't recall the channel name. I still have him. I'm still subbed to him. I'd have to go look him up because I got his bell rang in case he ever does something on his channel, right? Well, I chatted with him the longest time, and we had pretty much all the same outdoor interests. And I thought, I better check his channel out. I got to check him out. So I went and I checked his channel out. The next time I saw him in a chat, I said to him, I went and checked your channel out. I said, great channel. And he responds to me, well, there's nothing on it. And I said, well, you got 6 videos on your channel, and I each one of them are great. He goes, I have 6 videos on there? And then he came back in the chat and he goes, I just looked. Yeah, I guess I do. He said, did you look at them? He says, I made those 4 years ago. I forgot I even did them. He says, I didn't think I had anything on my channel. And he did such a good job on those 6 videos. I told him, I said, you goofball. He had like 11 followers. They're all family members except for me. And I said, what got you to make those, but you haven't made any ever afterwards? And he goes, I don't know. I just did it try it out. He said, and the family can watch them, you know. I don't care, you know. And he says, I've been thinking that maybe I should get my channel fired up. Maybe try to do some new videos and get people to watch them and that. I told him, I said, gosh, man, I said, you obviously are talented in putting content together. I said, They were very enjoyable. I said, I would love to see you add content to your channel. And he finally did. He started adding content to his channel. And there's another fella. He had a wonderful channel. Oh, awesome channel. And he had quite a few followers, Outdoorsman. You never saw his face. You'd see his hands, his feet once in a while. He's paddling, canoeing all over and kayaking and fixing shore lunch or camping and making breakfast. And you'd see his hands, he's fixing breakfast. But you never once saw his face. And he had some of the best background music and footage, outdoor film footage you ever saw. But his channel wasn't growing. It wasn't growing at all. And I just asked him, I said, you ever consider allowing people to see your face, see all of you, you know? He said, well, I'm camera shy. I told him, bite the bullet and allow yourself to film yourself. And he said, okay, fine, I'll do one. He messaged me and said, okay, I'm going to post this now. He says, you go watch it and tell me what you think. By the time, and I mean, within a couple hours, I finally got over there to watch his video. And I'm going, my gosh, he's got 115 views already. I watched that video. It was only about 6 or 8 minutes long. Had the same wonderful background music. The film footage was just as good. But you got to see the guy. You actually got to see him. It went nuts after that. If he didn't put a video up with at least showing himself once in that video, his views dropped off. If he was in it and they could see him, his views went up. And he says, I always thought I was the ugliest thing in town. You know, I said, no, it's not. It's not how you look. It's how you appear. They're seeing the real you. They know it's you. And people love that. People love that. They love to get to know the real person. And that's why I'm going to concentrate when I have a guest up here. I'm going to concentrate on the audience, getting to know that person. You know, make it real. Make it real. And now, like tonight's show, we've got an hour to burn up, non-topic based, and but we can do it. It's that time. We're just a hair over halfway through. I have got to give attention to my channel members. I do it in every stream, and that'll be in every Sty Times at the halfway point. I'm going to showcase my channel members because they mean so much to me, and because of their help, the channel just keeps growing. So here you go. It's only about a minute long. There you go. All those channels. If you don't have those channels, get out there and check those guys out. I mean, they're awesome. They're awesome, folks. There's such wonderful people out here in the world of YouTube that, you know, I wanted this show to not be one where it competed for a specific genre. And my channel in general is an outdoor genre channel. My two streams are a mix of the outdoors and every other genre. It's whoever wants to come and hang out. Here at Sty Times, yeah, but the only genre that I don't think I'm going to showcase is naked yoga. You know, what the heck? Running water. Just see, it's not that I don't watch the chat, but these just pop up. They're highlighted. So there we go. Running water just upgraded to an outdoor lover. You know what you did to me, running water, is now I don't have a camper. He was the only camper member. Now I don't have a camper. He moved up to an outdoor lover. Now, after 3 consecutive months of being an outdoor lover, he's going to get himself a hoodie. He already got himself a T-shirt from being a camper for over 3 months. And I want to thank you very much, son. That's running water, by the way, for those folks that are here that don't know. Running water is my oldest son. Yeah. You could say he's the pride of my loins, you know. Sometimes there's times where he doesn't make his daddy proud, you know, but for the most part, I wouldn't trade him in. Let's put it that way. I'm sure that'll be a topic in the future too, is the teenager trade-in program, you know. If we could only trade in our teenagers for fresh ones, you know, new ones, wouldn't that be just sweet? Yeah. I want an upgraded model, kind of like maybe we could lease children, you know, enter like a 5-year renewable lease. When your kid's at 5, you can reconsider, maybe take them in, upgrade for a better one. What in the world? You guys, you notice that, and that's one thing, they do pop up on the StreamYard side. Hey, Ryan, that is so cool. That is so awesome. That supports this channel, supports this show. It keeps things alive and going. It really does. It really does. I can't shout out enough for the folks that support channels out there, because for me, I've got enough of an income. I can live comfortably the rest of my life. All my needs are always met, and there's enough left over for some of my favorite wants. For me to take my channel beyond a couple pieces of equipment and the internet, to take it beyond that, my income just can't support it, right? I haven't had an issue. Because of all the support of great folks like Ryan and Running Water, Everything Spicy, blah, 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 blah. All of you. I mean, you're so supportive. Hey, Raven. Raven too. He's popping up there. This actually works pretty good because I can't keep up with you guys in the chat, but those highlighted, I mean, there's no missing them, boy. They're just bright as can be. Thank you so much there, Raven. Thank you. And the thing is You don't have to support me monetarily. I don't expect it. I don't expect it. What I really love is just that you folks show up. You show up, you support the channel, you give me a thumbs up, just sub to me, whatever. You just come over here and you follow me and my audience. The my channel isn't me. My channel is us. I mean, it's all of us. The channel's only as good as those that follow it. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. Now somebody will say, "Oh, well, crazy Phil Patterson follows you. That everything spicy guy. He's nuts." So that's what makes your channel? Well, that's what makes it nutty. Is fellas like Phil. The oh, if Sty doesn't want super chats, save him for his stream. Yeah, you little bum, you. He's over here super chat farming. It's easier than hunting for Shaga, right there, Phil. But the only reason I caught that was as I just saw if Sty, and I thought, and it was with Phil's channel name on it. I thought if Phil's saying something with the word if with my name attached to it, that could be an issue. Just never know what he's talking about. Yeah. I got myself a bad batch of smokes. They keep going out on me. But I haven't looked. It's actually not that. I don't know that it's that easy. I'm trying to take a peek. We'll see what happens here. No, it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just taking a quick peek at something here. It's not giving me what I want anyway, so oh well. Well, oh, there we go. Thank you. Sometimes you got to say thank you to this stinking internet, right? I want to thank Nick, Samantha, Get Her Done Granny, and I'm not sure who that is. I'm not going to mention their name because their name's in the email address, so I don't want to disclose too much. But 4 folks have used that form, and I love it. Love it. Oh, I'm looking at, they're giving topics. I love you guys. Love you guys. This is good. Now, I won't be talking about this stuff in the future shows. That today is, I'm just getting my show format and system kind of put together. But out of the responses on that form so far, I've got 4 topics, and they aren't on my list. One, because he's a great outdoorsman, he says, I want you to talk about foraging. Okay, I know what he's talking about there. Foraging for wild edibles and medicinal plants and things of that nature. I'll put it on the list. The next one, I love it. This one, I believe, came from Samantha. Family members gone wild. Samantha, that's going on the list. Thank you. And then Get Her Done Granny, said building self-confidence. You betcha. I'll put that on the list. That's a good one. And then the fourth one was video games. Okay, I will. I'm going to put that on the list. You'd say, well, well, why would an old guy like Sty be doing video games as a topic on his show? Yeah, I use blue screen so you can see it. Had to pull it off the charger, but I'm a player, guys. I'm a player. Video games is going on the topic list. It'll probably be video games for old farts, and you'll find out that old farts play fun games, man. Yeah, we're not just boring old coots, you know. We like to play some challenging games. One game I don't like to play is Dead by Daylight. I gave it up. I get too involved. I'm going to have a damn heart attack playing that game. I can't do it. Yeah. What a wonderful crowd in here. We capped out at about, I think it was 40. I saw 40 in the house. We got 33 in the house right now. That is awesome for an hour-long show. You guys are so supportive. It's wonderful. Now, another thing that I'm going to try to incorporate, probably going into the late summer, early fall of the year, I'm going to do some shows, and I'm going to try to encourage some others that have YouTube channels and do a lot of content to put together a rather long slideshow type effect montage of their channel for the year. And I'm going to feature that during a show going into this fall, is channels that send me a video montage of what they've done throughout the year on their channel. I think it'll be a blast. I'm going to do one on my own channel. I'll feature that, but I want to do yours too. So think about it, guys. You got all summer coming right up. It'll probably be around October that I want to be able to start showing those, So you got months to put something together. So think about it as what you've done already since the 1st of January. You only had a month of this year. And what happens throughout the year. Grab little snippets, still shots and things, and create a file, and come early fall, take all of those shots of things you did throughout the year on YouTube and make yourself a nice video montage of it. And I prefer that montage be about a half hour long. Okay? That sounds like a long time, don't it? Well, that's short for Sty. Okay, here we go. Now, you're not going to hear about this in the future shows either. Right now, I'm at the 49.5-minute mark, and we'll be wrapping the show up in 10 minutes. That's a miracle, right? Now, Phil, with Everything Spicy, a buddy of mine, the other day we got on this conversation, and I said, I'm going to really enjoy this 1 hour show. I know I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be awesome. And he goes, are you sure you can do it? And I go, well, yeah, it's 3 days a week, 5 live streams a week. Yeah, I can do it. He goes, no, that's not what I mean. He said, can you do a 1 hour show? He says, I don't believe it. He says, I really don't think you can cut it off at an hour. He says, when have you ever been able to do a stream that's 1 hour? I said, I've been practicing. And I have. I did on StreamYard, record only, and I'd sit here and 90% of the time just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, just trying to burn up an hour. just to see how I'm going to react when it hits the end of the show. Can I do it? Can I say, hey folks, that's it. We're moving on. We're out of here. Because over at around the campfire and the Sty Story Sundays, everybody knows. I'll say, all right, guys, I got to wrap it up in 20 minutes. No ifs, ands, or buts. Got to get out of here in 20 minutes. And I'll say that anywhere from 6 to 10 times. And I won't shut down the stream for 3 hours after I said I got to stop in 20 minutes. That's there. That's not here. This is a whole different show. This show does end at the top of that hour, right? So the but I'll tell you what, this has gone so well. This has gone so well tonight that now at the end of these shows, I want you to keep in mind at the end of the show when I say you have a good night, we'll see you folks. Now, like tonight, I'll be saying we'll see you on Wednesday. Hope to see you there. There's a little 45-second, if that, exit clip. If you watch that little exit clip, it'll give you next week's topic. It'll be listed on that exit clip. Otherwise, you ain't hearing it from me. I'm not telling you what next week's topic is. You got to watch the tail end clip when we exit, when we're done with the show. That's how the show wraps up, and it'll say next week's topic is boop, and it'll give you next week's topic. So if it's a special guest, it'll say next week's special guest is, and it'll put their name. So you won't know what next week's show is unless you watch that few seconds end clip. So just to let you know, I'm never going to give away what the next week is. You just have to watch the very end of the stream to find out. If you stuck around here until the end of an hour stream, you can watch those 30 seconds or so to find out what next week's topic is. Otherwise, you can just sweat it until it gets posted on the next night, But and that's the nice thing is because you got the timer up here in StreamYard, and I can, I go live right at 5 when that bugger's just counting away, and when it hits 59 minutes, guess what? I'm heading out the door, guys. I'm heading out the door. But I want it, before we even get there, we got 6 minutes to go before the end of the show. I want to thank every single one of you for being here today. What a great crowd. We've been averaging over 30 people through almost the entire hour. That is so awesome. I love it. Love it. For Wednesday's show or next Friday's show, share it out. Get some of your friends to come on over. Get some of your friends to come on over and hang out. And one thing I did notice with the chat, the chat flowed really good. I couldn't help but catch that. E-Waste Mike just popped in the house, says, hello all, been lurking. Oh, I'm glad you were here, Mike. I'm glad you're here. And I sure hope you're doing better. Just take good care of yourself, brother. But again, like I said, it's our show. It's our show. It's not just me. It's our show. I could have named it Our Times, This first time I've actually taken time to kind of look at what people have been saying over there a little bit, and Mike's been keeping an eye on us right from the beginning. That's pretty good. Yeah, any other stream format, just so folks know, any other stream format, I'm always open to, well, as long as there's people in the house, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going. And the reason I picked Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 p.m., is most of the people I follow out there and I support, they don't stream till about 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. on any of those 3 nights. So I figured that slot, people can stream right before me and right after me, and it doesn't mess with my friends' streaming schedules. And that was important for me, is that my show doesn't overlap some of my favorite channels, because I like to be at their channels. I don't, it's all right being at my own, but I love being at theirs too. That's I actually think, hours wise, I spend more time at other people's channels and on other panels than I do on my own. This might change now with this show. I have more time here, but yeah, and I think this slot is going to work perfect, because for some people, the time of the day is perfect for them. So, and for other people, if they want to watch the show, they got to sit there and eat their dinner while they're watching. But then I think when I was growing up, we always had dinner at 6 o'clock sharp. Boy, you were at the table eating dinner at 6 o'clock. Our TV was on a rolling kind of stand, and my dad would turn that thing around towards the dining room, and we sat there and ate dinner and watched 6 o'clock news. Oh well, you do what you got to do, right? They weren't going to change the news hour just because my dad insisted on us eating at 6. Oh, as you notice, some things don't change. I got to drink my coffee. I got to have my smokes. Isn't that terrible? Isn't that terrible? I tell you what, there's going to be an awful lot of these episodes in the future, especially if this old man lives as long as he wants to. So, in the event you have to miss the show, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's going to be a lot of them to come. A lot of them to come. We're going to have ourselves some good times. We're going to have ourselves some Sty Times, right? Well, there we are, folks. 1 minute before the top of the hour, we're wrapping this thing up. And again, I want to thank every single person that showed up today. Thanks for showing up to that very first show. And I hope to see you all on Wednesday. And if you watch this tail end, you'll know what the topic is. You all take care. You all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Love you all. Bye-bye.